All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew. It is episode 1100. That's right, 1100 episodes. We have been doing this thing. It is great to see you all. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. And that's what's important because it's about being disciplined. It's about being consistent. It's about getting it done. And that's how it's done. My name is Andy.
Mm-hmm.
I am the guy that runs the back office. And yes, I did say 1100 episodes. But you're not here for my counting skills. You're here for Brandi. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. And on this fine Tuesday evening, we are going to learn some test taking techniques, test taking skills, test taking techniques, however you want to say it. We're going to have the skills that pays the bills. It is the skills that are going to help you get that extra edge you needed on these exams, these FINRA and NASAA exams. NASAA.
NASAA.
Yep. And it's going to help you out and get that extra edge that you need. We're going to use some Q bank questions. Brandi's going to go through them. She's going to help you look beyond the question so that way you can see the little test taking techniques, little skills, little things you need to, you need to learn so that way you can get right answer without knowing a dang thing. Who wants to get something right without knowing anything? Everyone. It'll help you out. Do you need to know content? Yes. Do you need to know anybody's contact? No. You need to learn some Kona content. Content from Kona is going to help you out. I know there's other people that do it, but I'm just laying you. I'm just telling you. We got the easiest one to understand.
It's true.
Brandi writes on all her own content. If you have not gone on to our stuff, I encourage you to get on there. Guys, it is streamlined. It is easier to understand. And like we always say here in the Kona family, friends don't let friends read.
LEMs.
There you go. Brandi's helping me out not to get in trouble. Anybody else in the chat, you can go ahead and put what I normally say. But in true fact, if you are teaching the Kona, if you're teaching the Kona to yourself, it is a lot easier. If you are reading the Kona, it is a lot easier. If you can go through the book, it's a lot easier. So much so, we have had people who don't even speak the English language pass. We have had people who do not understand English pass. Um, so much so, there is a company asking us, how can we help out with that? As English is not their first language, they heard about us. We got people who get these exams done because they can understand the way we do it, the keywords, the techniques. It's not all about just learning these long paragraphs of content that go over your head when you do speak English, let alone when you don't speak English. And the main thing is just getting some people past these exams so they can move on to their firms, and then the firms take over and teach them all the things they need to do the business, to be compliant. You don't need necessarily everything you learn in these books and all this other stuff, right? And then, but you have to know some of the rules, the regulations, the laws, how they ask it, all that great stuff. And one of the main things that you get from these exams and learning from it, as I feel, as some people are like, it just seems like these questions and the way these Q banks are written, they're a little crazy, right? But I'm going to say this. When you get into the real world and you do the business, Brandi,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
are your clients very direct with what they want and need?
That's my job.
Exactly. You have to be a what? Good listener, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I might as well fill in. Brandi has a very, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to pull back the curtain real quick. We're probably going to make this shorter than normal only because Brandi is not feeling good. We live in the Southern California area, and literally the temperature from 2 days ago has dropped 50 degrees. So the sinuses are not reacting well. It was 105 2 days ago. It is
And
now 53.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna help out Brandi, and we're gonna all help out Brandi. We're gonna get through this test taking techniques. But my main point about this is it's very scenario based. It's very much a lot of times scenario based questions. Are you paying attention to what they're asking? Because you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn to listen and what your clients want. You're gonna have to put together. They put together a scenario for you because that's them, and then you do a what do they call that? A
And now
No, not
No.
analysis. Come on. What does everybody have to fill out?
Questionnaire.
No. Come on, Brandi. It's in the test. Um, Eric, help me out. Brandi is spaced out. Thank you. Thank you all for playing. Suitability.
That's what I was saying.
Right.
Questionnaire.
Sure you were.
That's
That's exactly what you were saying. Everybody was following along with Brandi. Right, everybody? Yes. I don't correct my wife. Suitability. That was it. Yes. It was my fault. I did not hear you say suitability. Suitability was it, right? Tell we're married. Yes, honey, suitability. That's
well,
exactly what you said. My mistake. Yeah, suitability is what everybody has to fill out. That's what you're tested on. That's what you got to make sure that every client is suitable for what they're picking, right? Everything is all about listening and filling out these needs that the client wants, not yours. And these questions and sometimes there can be a little bit confusing about it, and they really test your listening and paying attention skills. So it does help to when you get onto the Kona, you learn the key words, you learn all the phrasing, but you more importantly, you start to become a better, I feel like a listener, but also a better person at seeing exactly what they're asking or seeing what the question is saying. Maybe even seeing what your future clients are going to want to ask, right? Seeing behind what they're trying to get at, right? And then
picking up what they're laying down.
You're picking up what they're laying down. Very good, like a bricklayer. And that's part of the battle, right? That's part of the battle. So if you don't have a study program that you're understanding very well, if it seems over your head, if it seems like you're not getting the training on how to pass an exam, it just seems to be like regurgitating content over and over again, join up, hit the links, scan the QR code, get onto the Kona. Don't take the information secondhand, third hand. You can get in those live sessions. Brandi teaches it. She shows you how to get into that exam mastery and how you pass those exams. You can get onto that all member session, small group tutoring, all that stuff's available. Scan the QR code, look at all the different options. We have books for sale, SIE 6, 63, 65, 26. Kona community, the Discord never closes. You can post questions, get that questions up. And when I say no closes, you'll see in a minute. And then you can also give me a call or a text at 951-290-3077, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. KonaButterflyz at Gmail if you love the email. Scan the QR codes, hit the links. All right, tomorrow's schedule is simple. We do not have day sessions tomorrow, but we do have the Studying Brew tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. There is no live sessions tomorrow. It is just the brew. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we might have a little bit of fun with scenarios.
Scenarios. So what
scenario? Yeah. Isn't that a great word? Scenario. All right. Anyways, I'm sure
scenario.
I'm sure someone out there somewhere has named their child Scenario.
Why not?
Somebody is probably floating the name Scenario Clinton, Scenario Rodrigo,
Scenario Smith,
Scenario. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's get to it. I guarantee I have not looked it up, but I bet you there's somebody named Scenario. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy names. Apple.
Yeah. North.
Anyways, we'll talk about this after the brew briefly. All right, test taking techniques Tuesday. We get after it, right? Brandi's going to put up some questions. She's going to show you how to simply answer questions without content, right?
Yes.
Or no?
No content.
Sure.
I believe not.
We'll get to it and see. But anyways, even if it is content, it's going to be very, 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 very shallow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very.
You're floating on a raft of content.
You're on a raft in a lake.
Yeah.
Not in the ocean. Very easy. Very simple. We have rules to test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1: you're not allowed to ask what question. What exam did that question come from? It's irrelevant. You don't need to know that. Why? Because these techniques work on any multiple choice exam. This is a little taste of our exam mastery that we teach on Mondays and Fridays. When I say we, I mean Brandi, and you can join in on those sessions, but you got to be a member. But rule number 2 is the most important. How do we get good at anything, Brandi?
We practice.
That's right. 10 question flash quiz, 10 questions, 10 minutes. Doesn't matter what Q banks you're using, doesn't matter what test you're taking. 10 questions, 10 minutes. You're just going after it, learning those strategies and techniques by doing the drills, going through them, just getting through the answers as fast as you can. Sometimes some people do better that way, only to prove the point that they think too much.
Yep.
Thinking less is their best asset.
That's true.
All right, let's go.
That's what
Oh, I more than heard it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Especially if I jump on that Discord that doesn't close. Like tomorrow, we don't have day sessions, but you can be on the Discord and post some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
All right. What are we noticing here? Mortgage bond, equipment trust certificates, debentures, unsecured. Three are secured types of collateral for debt, and C is unsecured if I was going with content. C is also one word and different.
Yes. And somebody put it in the chat. We have done this before. Debentures looks a lot like dentures.
Yes.
But
Unsecured.
yes.
Unsecured teeth.
Yes. But look. Check this out. That has a specificity. Oh my goodness.
Specific.
Specificity, specific word. That has an equipment, which is a specific word. That has collateral, which is a specific word. Debentures is not specific as well. Like thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Specificity. It's like he knew, right? So there's a whole bunch of reasons why they answer C, but they answer C because it's different. It's the only one worded answer.
Don't look at me. I couldn't come up with suitability tonight.
Yeah.
But it is the accept. It is the one that is different. It is the unsecured if you're going with the
Dentures.
dentures and content.
Yeah. See?
Let's move on.
I laughed at this question when I saw this. So I didn't even look, to be honest, like with this stuff.
I would
Right? So you have return, point, loss, and gain.
I
Right?
want to say point is probably the only one that's different.
Well, I mean, you could say that. Like they're saying in the chat, these two are opposite of each other.
That is true.
You know what I mean? But to your point, let's see what I did there.
Point break.
It's literally saying the point.
And that's where we connect it.
And then you could say neither profit nor losses, and that is our break even.
And I say less, click it, move on to the next question.
Like that's so many times. Wait.
Oh.
Stop.
Oh, I was moving on to the next question.
No, I want to say this real quick. So many times we miss the obvious like this. That's what I wanted to say. Point. It's the only answer to the point, but you moved on. So
hey, say less, move on. Test taking techniques Tuesday.
I know that was a technique.
This is where A personalities love. Move on.
All right. Shares can be sold, given away, but only. Shares can be sold without permission, but never.
I love the but.
Shares can be sold, but not given away unless permission is received first. Shares can be sold or given away without permission of the corporation. Okay.
All right.
The question says, regarding transferability, which of the following is true? When was the last time anybody asked Apple if they can trade their shares? When was the last time anybody asked Meta, when can you, hey, Meta? I mean, Zuck had to get a whole blast from freaking Jamie Lee Curtis on social media to take down a fake ad.
Right.
You think he's going to be paying attention if you want to sell your one Meta stock?
Yeah.
Nah. So transferability means you could do it without permission. That's what that means.
Little content.
No, it's transferability. That's not content. That is real world. Transfer, you transfer. That's it. No conditions. Inflation risk, interest rate risk, market risk, business risk. I had to put it in there. I had to put a risk question. It's been a minute, right? Inflation, we know from the news, right? Everything's more expensive. This is interest rates. Because why? It says it right there. There's no guessing on that one, right? Market risk. It's usually the market.
The whole thing. Business specific.
A business.
Not the whole entire.
Right. Not the whole business.
Not businesses. It's just one business.
A business. Right? A business. All right. Portfolio diversifying might be used to reduce the following risks. I want to reduce my risks. I can't reduce my risk with prices going up. I don't
No.
have that power.
No,
I don't have the power to do interest rates.
nope,
I don't have the power for the market,
nope.
but I've got the power for a business.
Yeah.
I've got the power for a
Mediate
business.
that by going into many businesses, not just one.
Yeah. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket.
So grandma said,
That's what grandma said. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
listen to grandma.
Yes. If I read from A, if the information will be made public the next day,
Thanks for clarifying, Brandi.
you're welcome. After the information becomes public, if the customer enters an unsolicited order, or if the customer knows that it's inside information.
Seems like a lot of content question here.
Does it? Because watch the question. If a representative possesses material inside information, come on, guys, we all know that that's bad. We all know that. We knew that before we started studying securities because we know Martha Stewart went to jail, right? About a publicly traded company, under which of the following circumstance may he communicate this information to a customer? When can you communicate material inside information?
When it becomes public.
When it becomes public. Guys, that's a question that if you don't look at the words, you could get wrong. It's no longer inside information once it's public.
No, that's public information.
It's now public. You take out the non-public and make it public. We have math. You guys ready for math?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
A is the shortest.
It is the shortest. $28 gain. $28 return on investment. Pretty much the same thing.
Yes.
That's pretty much the same thing. How many answers do you get to pick in this?
Only one.
So it can't be either of those. Right? If I see 20 and 28, that's like gonna have some be $48, right?
Sure.
$20 return.
Yes.
$28 return.
Yes.
Okay. $20 cost base, $8 gain.
$20.
It's only $28, right? Okay. Chat. Boom. Chat. Question. I see a 20. I see 28. What is my per share? I bought it for 20. I sold it for 8. There's a sold right there. Sorry, guys. I said that too fast. I bought it for 20. I sold it for 28. That's an $8 difference, yo. There's no 40s. That's it. This is basic. I bought a car. I sold it for less. I bought a car. I was able to resell it for higher because I bought an old car and I restored it and I sold it for higher.
Some would say an $8 gain.
Yes. See? That's it.
That's basic cost and gain.
Yeah, that's it. I bought a Funko Pop for $15. I sold it for $23.
There you go. Simple. That's it. That's all. Now you do it. Go. Now, open up a QBank. Get your 10-question flash quiz. Start working on these drills. Start working on these techniques. Don't think too much. Don't put any real content in there. There was a little bit of content in some of those questions, but not a lot. Just basic knowledge. But that's it. When I say content, and just use content words. But those content words you already know. Don't overthink it. Just click it. Move on, just like I wanted to with that one question that had to be explained. Look, you don't need to really go into it that deep. Keep it shallow. Keep those techniques moving. Get that edge that you've been working on, and just go get yourself a pass notice. All right, no day sessions tomorrow. We'll be back for the Studying Brew. What are we doing tomorrow? Not sure. Same bat time, same bat channel. Everybody, y'all stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank y'all so much for being on. We so super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great one.